right, guys? As Passport Bro Visuals, back with another one. Yeah, so today, just wanted to do a follow up on what I called pseudo-tricking. And I just wanted to touch bases on that. So this would be like a part two. So, the recap and the follow up on it. Basically, it was just about, I think some guys are tricking, and I think they're kind of, more or less pseudo-tricking, and I think guys are not really realizing that's what they're doing. So, basically what I think is with the pseudo-tricking, I think the females, really today, they're not, both men and women are in a state of gray area, so, not everybody's doing enough to be what they need to be for their respective partners. So, and I think it's more alarming for the women today. So, I think that's more of an issue. So now you have a lot of females today, I think, that are just pretty much out there. They're just getting by, pretty much just being side chicks essentially. And since they're not trying to compromise, they're just being side chicks to the guys that they like or want to be with, but those guys wouldn't want them. So I think that's their overall problem right now. So you have a situation right now where you have some girls they're getting older, kind of need a guy to kind of help them out or whatever, help take care of them. So since they can't really do that, they go to the guys that they don't really give a chance to, like before, but they, basically kind of trick off in regards to those guys. Those guys pay for them and things like that, and it kind of, like I say, it kind of transitions, I would say, to something closer to a relationship. It's not really a relationship, because, like I say, if they have a relationship, it's a weak foundation anyway. So, and both sides, the woman, she's getting what she wants from the guy, but at the same time, she's not being, she's allowing herself not to be, it gives her a way to simply basically not accept her flaws or her reasoning as to why the guy she wants don't like her. So it's just a way for her to avoid her flaws and avoids basically, being what she needs to be for the guy that she wants. The guy who's doing the tricking is more or less the same thing for him. He's basically just he knows what he's doing is tricking, but if it kind of leans a little bit more the other way, something closer to a relationship, he's okay with that. Essentially, because that's that ambiguity in that situation. So in the past, when bros discuss these topics, it's kind of that kind of gray area, like I say. And unless a lot of guys that's okay with that. Again, I don't subscribe to it. I don't think it's the right thing. But the point is, that's when you got to kind of have that kind of gray there. So I think that's what's really going on for a lot of those men and a lot of those women, personally. So, but yeah, like I say, ultimately, like I say, a lot of these girls today, they're just not simply trying to compete for the men that they want. They don't know how to compete for those men. They wasn't taught to. And quite frankly, they was taught, really to be offended by that. So it just doesn't mentally compute to them compared to women who are older from the previous generation. So, all they're doing is just simply giving the guy, the sex. And all it's doing for them is, okay, well, it didn't work out. Well, we had the sex or whatever, so he must like something about me. So that absolves her to really critically think and look more in depth as to why it didn't potentially work out, in regards to her and the guy. So it just keeps being a cycle over and over and over. So that's what I think is the case for that. And it just keeps on going and going and going for it. So also I think like I said, a lot of females need to be taught what they need to be for a man and how they should go about attracting, especially their type. And a lot of these women, not all, but a lot of them, the type really isn't someone that anyone would, really consider for a relationship. And that's kind of what they really get. But you can't tell them to stay over there, because if you tell them to stay over there, then that, is a problem, because it tells them who they really are and simply where they really belong. So that's what I think is the issue with that. And so with the suits, on the male side, as far as the pseudo-tricking for the guys, like I say, tricking to me is something, all you're doing is just paying for a woman's time. That's pretty much all you're doing. So if you're going to trick, to be honest with you, tricking is really just a short-term thing. It's never supposed to be long-term. So I think for me personally, that's a big issue for me when it comes to the passport bros. And they need to stop that, because hey, that's a short-term thing. If you're there for like 6 months, right, just getting there, okay, you can trick off, in Angeles City in the Philippines, or in Pattaya in Thailand. So all you do is trick off for like I say, one week, get it out your system. That's all you're gonna do. It's kind of like jacking off. Do what you gotta do and roll over. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got some sense, get up, wash your hands, and go back, lay back down. Get in, get off, get out. You know what I'm saying? You don't pay them to stay. You pay them to leave. So, and really what that is like, to me, the tricking is just, it's the precursor to being an incel. And I think that's the issue right there for the trying to trick long term. Like I see, what I'm saying? Because what you really desire, you may desire the sex, but you really desire basic social human interaction with people, and particularly the women. So that's all you're doing. You just really, it's just an excuse not to really try to elevate or compete yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, I don't subscribe to it, but if a person were to do it, you can do it really just a day or two or a week and get it out your system. You can't be there for like 6 months at a time or a whole year trying to trick, because, you're going to feel like that's wasting your time, and it is wasting your time, And I think that's something that, needs to be considered when guys out there, trying to do their thing, Also, I think I have another video I'll do on Jay Rello. This is my guy, I do subscribe to him, but I do see the problems with him as well. So I'm gonna do a separate video on him in regards to a plan of action, because at least next year there's a possibility he'll probably try to visit Thailand. I know it's a big spot for a lot of guys out there in Thailand. So, but yeah, that's the video, and I'll get back with you guys on the next one.